Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron here. Hope you're having a great day in Jesus. A book by Kurt and Barbara Allen. Just kind of been perusing it. I use this book for research. Why it is so important is Kurt and Barbara Allen have been head of the New Testament Textual Research, Institute of New Testament Textual Research in Münster, Westphalia, Germany. And so they kind of have, total province over almost every Greek manuscript that's out there, and they would be over, I'm not sure if they're even still alive, but maybe she is and he's not or something, but and so this would be like where the Nestle's Island 29th edition, 28th edition, 27th, that's where the name comes from. So it's kind of a neat book. Now, I would disagree in many cases with a lot of his conclusions, and I do appreciate in the day you and I are living in, there's actually people trying to get all of this uploaded to the internet so we can all take a gander. It used to be they kind of had it there on microfiche, and it was all kind of almost a secretive process while they determined things. But one of the fascinating things of textual criticism is, just let you see this page, it's moving back towards a Textus Receptus or Byzantine text model, because they're beginning to see that maybe that Westcott and Hort and Tischendorf, who really started all this, had too much reliance on Sinaiticus and Vaticanus, and there was a lot of circular reasoning. Like, I'll read Phil Comfort books, for example, and so you have all of these thousands upon thousands of quotations from the early church writers that are Textus Receptus, or King James quotations, the underlying text of the King James. I should make that clear, because some people really struggle with me not making that clear. So then he would say, but that's impossible because the Byzantine text didn't exist there. It was a Heraclean recension of like 425. So even though it may seem like it reads that, it can't read that. Well, see, that's presuppositionalism in its worst form. You can't say, okay, there's thousands of times it seems to agree with the King James, but I don't think it agrees with the King James because the text of the King James didn't exist yet. At some point you have to say, well, maybe since there's so many thousands of instances, and like Jack Mormon has done an amazing job going through and showing these quotes, and so did Dean Burgon, so did William Miller, and others, you might finally have to say, okay. So, but this is just one I've got out, in which I've got hundreds of books out, both here and in there, that I need to do reviews on. But I've got tons of books written by non-King James people that we just use for research and begin to just see. And what it does to me is it confirms the identity of the New Testament text, as Wilbur Pickering says, which would be the King James Version in English. So God bless. I'll talk with you later in Jesus' name.